Welcome back to the Hot Pot of Coffee podcast. My name is Brad. You're a bitch.
And I'm Amanda.
This is episode 44, and we are here with a very special guest who has joined us before, Jonny.
I'm back.
I'm back, bitches. Jonny is back, guys, and we have a very special reason Jonny's back, because we were just hanging out with Jonny in Washington. I was about to say Seattle, but it wasn't Seattle.
No.
It was bumfuck nowhere. But it was gorgeous.
It was beautiful, bumfuck nowhere.
We'll talk about this wedding because Amanda and I have some things we have not told Jonny about that we saw at the wedding. And we cannot wait. But we will talk about that.
Wait, we didn't tell him?
We gave him the gist, but we didn't tell him the specifics
No,
who it was.
I feel like you guys dropped some pretty hot hints, but like not enough for me to really know what was going on.
Yeah. And basically we didn't tell you who it was either because you know the person. So it's going to be even better. But first, let's talk about something so before we started recording, Jonny said, "Hey, you guys just got back from the Lion King." And we did, literally 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
So, So we're going to give it a hot pot of coffee score, and Amanda and I are going to giantly disagree with our scores.
Let me
here.
tell you why we're going to disagree. We're going to disagree because Brad likes to do something stupid, such as watch all of his like weird YouTube videos about people reviewing the movie, and it severely affects what he thinks when he sees movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're going to start with Jonny. What did you think of The Lion King?
Do you want to go short version or long version?
No, dude, just go with it. What do you
do?
So my thoughts on it, and I saw it 2 nights ago. My thoughts on it were I enjoyed the fact that they more or less stuck to the process of going frame for frame with the original. I thought that the changes that were made to the primarily the script were I liked a few changes here and there. There were a few well done and kind of clever adjustments. I think my biggest qualms and the things that I was kind of nitpicky with were some of the just who they cast for a few of the voices.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So for me personally, it was very difficult for me to move past not having Nathan Lane as Timon. I'm sure a lot of people liked the casting of Billy Eichner. I personally wasn't a huge fan of it.
I thought Pumbaa was perfect.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there were three perfect castings for this movie. Everyone else I didn't like. I loved Childish Gambino for Simba.
Same.
Fucking
Yeah,
loved it.
that
Donald
was
Glover
fantastic.
killed it. I thought Zazu as what's his name?
John Oliver.
John Oliver was
Yeah.
perfect. And then I thought Pumbaa as Seth Rogen was perfect. Everyone else, no. Okay.
Beyonce, get out
Simba's
of here.
mom was perfectly cast, but no. Nala was terrible.
How dare you?
Nala's voice actress was Beyonce?
Was Beyonce.
Terrible. Stick to singing Beyonce.
She did, and it was beautiful. Get out of here.
I thought like when she ran into Simba again, she was going to be like, "If you like, then you should have put a ring on it." That would have been funny.
Oh, God.
But I did not. No, I didn't like Nala.
I'm getting out of here.
I didn't like it. And one of the things that really, so this movie was just The Lion King. Like,
But it
obviously.
was so good because it was like actual animals. Like the baby rhinos were so cute.
But see,
And baby Pumbaa, when they showed baby Pumbaa, it was so cute.
yeah, but see, I agree with, okay, Amanda's going to get pissed at me here.
Yes,
I agree
I am.
with Penguin
No.
with just this point, okay? I think that the mouthing, I couldn't get over it the whole movie. The
It didn't bother
animals
me.
that, first of all, the mouthing wasn't on the words. It looked like anime. And then second of all,
not
the
true.
animals had no fucking facial expression.
They did have some, yes.
So when they were happy or sad,
the
they just
only
looked like a
time-
fucking blank face.
No, the only time that bothered me at all was only when Mufasa died. Because the kid actor or whoever it was crying, but you couldn't see that on the face of the lion.
Yeah, it was like, Dad, but it
That
just looked
was
like a fucking lion.
No, that was the only time it bothered me. Otherwise, it was fine.
Okay.
What do you think, Johnny?
I thought that it was kind of more distracting in the first half of the movie than the second half. Like, I definitely feel like there was a point kind of past the apex of like Simba making the decision to return to Pride Rock. I feel like for the rest of the movie, the emotions were definitely there as far as that goes. But yeah, I think that like the whole entire scene where, you know, Scar essentially murdered Mufasa, like there was not a lot of emotion on either of their faces there. Where in the original, there was very apparent fear in Mufasa's face, and Scar had like a really menacing look throughout that
Scar was a
scene.
fucking douchebag in the cartoon, and in this one, he just looked like an uncle. Like he didn't have.
He did not just look like an uncle.
Scar didn't have any menacing look about him. Even his scar was kind of like not even visible.
Oh my god,
that's his fucking name. So, and you didn't like in the cartoon when Nala finds Simba again. You get like the feeling that they're gonna fuck, but like in this one, you don't get that feeling that they're gonna fuck at all.
You get that feeling.
Nah, dog. She peace. In the cartoon, they're like laying in the grass together and like sleeping and rolling on top of each other. He slips in her a little bit.
Oh,
like that.
That does not happen in a cartoon.
Maybe it's the hentai version, but it does happen.
Oh my God.
And in this one, I don't know. And then you know what bothered me the fucking most about this entire movie?
Tell me how you really feel.
I will tell you how I really feel. Rafiki.
What?
Rafiki is supposed to be a funny drunk monkey who hits fucking Simba on the head with his staff.
It bothered
and goes,
me that he never
stupid
hit him on
bitch."
the head.
He never hit him on the head. He was like talking in Afrikaans half the time, which is fine, but he was too serious.
Well, Rafiki is supposed to be like the weird, wise monkey.
But he wasn't weird. He was just a monkey speaking Afrikaans.
He was weird because he would do that, and then he would like speak to himself and be like his weird little monkey self.
That's called mental health disorder, not funny monkey. Like, and I'm being serious. Like they made this monkey actually be like weird and creepy instead of fucking hilarious like he is in the cartoon. So what I think they focused too much on making it look real and not enough on making it feel like The Lion King. So unlike Aladdin, where I prefer the new Aladdin over the old Aladdin, I do not prefer this Lion King over the original.
I liked the music a lot in this one, though.
Well, I mean, everyone in it was a fucking superstar, of course. I was kind of hoping Childish Gambino rapped, but...
No,
I think one of the highlights of this new one for me was the duet of Childish Gambino with Beyonce. I think for the most part, so that scene, just musically speaking alone, not talking about like the choreography of like how Simba and Nala were interacting, but strictly just that number was really good, and I think that was the only time where it really made sense having Beyonce playing Nala. I think just her voice itself, her speaking voice, it was a little distracting with how much like Beyonce it sounded. It was like, why am I looking at a female lion but hearing Beyonce?
No, I fucking agree with you.
Yeah, I can see that. Because every time go ahead.
Well, because at least with the part where they're singing, it's like, all right, this is what Beyonce was cast for.
Yeah, obviously.
No, I agree. Like Childish Gambino, you couldn't really tell it was him. It felt like Simba.
Yeah,
Beyonce did not. That's why I had a problem with Nala's voice because it didn't.
Because
feel
every
like,
time you heard it, you're like, "That's Beyonce."
Yeah, she wasn't trying. She was just speaking into the mic. That's like if I was trying to do a character, just speaking into the mic like this instead of like plugging my nose like that. Like
because she was gonna do. Yeah, she's supposed to just speak. It's a.
Well, I don't like her voice.
Oh my god.
So
get out.
Anyway, okay, I'm going to give a hot pot coffee score. Amanda's going to disagree with me.
I'm going to completely disagree.
Okay, I give The Lion King live action. Okay, first of all, this is another thing. They're taking human jobs away and giving them to lions. So that's...
Shut up.
I wanted to be like, these lions can act really well.
Okay, one thing I'll say also is this is the first like CGI animal movie where they've looked so close to being actual animals.
Yeah.
Like, because usually even in like The Jungle Book and other CGI movies... You can tell it's a CGI animal. This one was the closest I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So you can say that about
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, I didn't not believe they were animals.
Yeah, like every moment I was like, that's a fucking lion.
Okay, and I disagree with the people on YouTube who gave this low scores. I give this a solid 75%. Solid 75.
I'm going to go 88.
bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
What do you give it, Johnny?
I would give it an 83.
We're all,
Okay.
suck it.
Luckily,
I will say this. Well, here's another thing. Here's another question. What would you give the original?
a 90.
110%.
Yeah, that's where Amanda doesn't matter anymore because she'll just give everything.
The Lion King is my favorite.
Let's
It's
look
the
up.
best.
Okay, wait, really quick. I'm looking up the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie.
It's not good.
Oh, is it favor me?
It was like 55%, and I
54%.
don't understand that.
Wow, they were harsh.
Yeah.
I think they were harsh because they were like, why didn't they change it? But then if you realize that they had changed anything about it, people would have been fucking pissed.
No. They were pissed there was no creative freedom taken like there was in Aladdin.
Again, that's what I'm saying. But if this is the Lion King, like this is everyone's favorite Disney movie. So if they had changed a single thing, people would have been pissed. That's why they didn't do anything.
And I think they saved a lot of rage, like public rage, by recasting, the same voice of Mufasa. I don't think, if it would have been anyone but James Earl Jones, that would have been a problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's like, what movie did we see where they didn't recast and I hated the voice?
I have no idea.
In Aladdin, what's his name?
The bird?
Jafar.
Oh, Jafar?
That's like what happened with Jafar. I fucking hated Jafar's voice. He sounded like not menacing at all. He just sounded like a dude who wears too many fancy clothes and has a snake staff. Like he didn't sound scary to me, and that really bothered me. So yes, I agree with Mufasa. That was perfect. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm
No
sticking
one
with
else
75.
can be Mufasa,
I'm
but
sticking
James
with-
Earl Jones.
I'm sticking with 75.
Okay,
and I'm
whatever.
unbiased, so everyone's gonna believe me over you.
You are not unbiased. How am I biased?
Because you said 110%. That's not even a real number.
I was joking. I would give the original Lion King like a 98.7.
It's way too specific for anyone to believe that too. All right. Oh, so I wanted to tell Amanda about this really quick before we move on. So I had the funniest interaction in the bathroom at Harkins.
Oh, God.
So before I go to a movie, I don't know if you do this, Johnny, but I always have to pee right before a movie.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? And after. Always after. It's like my body waits for it, and the second I stand up, it's like, haha, bitch.
You gotta go again.
So basically, I walk into the bathroom, and it's just one of the workers in there. But everyone who works in movie theaters is 16. Mm-hmm. So it's this kid, and he's mopping up the floor, and there's water everywhere. And I was like, oh, dude, that sucks. And he goes, yeah, someone spilled water on the floor. And I go, people suck. And he goes, I can't say that. I'm at work. And I look around and I said, no one else is in here, man. Let it out. And he goes, I fucking hate people. And I go, there you go, bud.
Oh, my God.
So I got a Harkins employee to say he fucking hates people. So that worked for me.
Well, let's hope this doesn't get him fired.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should have been like, I'm going to your manager. My name is Karen, and I'm going to your manager. All right. So, guys, wait, we wanted to ask you this, Johnny, before we get into this. Do you watch The Bachelorette or no?
I used to, and it got to be too much. I gave that up.
It's never too much, Johnny.
So we'll have to say that for Zach because the Luke P stuff. Because Zach has some mean opinions on Luke P also.
Everyone has mean opinions on Luke P.
That's fine because we have some shit to talk about.
All right.
So we told you guys last week that we were recording a podcast an hour before we jumped on a plane. And we did. We got on that plane.
We sure did.
So we went to the wedding of our friends. Amanda and Johnny's friends from childhood. Mm-hmm. And we'll say this before we get into this whole thing. The wedding was fucking gorgeous.
Truth.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was super pretty.
Johnny's just quiet. He's like, I'm not going to say anything.
It was a beautiful location.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny, did you have any problem with the location?
Oh, not at all. I mean, that's probably the most magical area of Washington. So
True.
Yeah, that's where Ron Weasley's family lived.
Also, I just wanted to say that before we went to the wedding, my mom and Brad and I went to a cider tasting room, and we actually got my mom to drink something, which my mom does not drink. So that was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I was like, hey, Karen, try this. And she's like, okay. I was like, I have way too much influence over people. It's incredible.
She tasted it. She's like, yeah, that tastes like bourbon. I was like, Mom, what?
She's like, well, when with Brad? I don't know why. Your mom thought it was like fucking hilarious, and she was like telling her friends before I ever met them. She's like texting them apparently like, "Yeah, Brad is like the funniest." And I guess she texted like Johnny's parents. And was,
yeah, she did.
And was like talking to Johnny's parents before and like, Brad this, Brad that. And like, I didn't know this. And so when I met Johnny's parents, his mom was like, "You're the infamous Brad." And I was like, what the fuck did Karen say?
Well, and I told my mom about you too.
Yeah, it wasn't just Karen. Don't blame it all on Karen.
I don't know. Karen's a lot to blame for. But
oh, Karen.
Met Johnny's parents and they're super fucking cool. They were hilarious. I would have never guessed your dad is a pastor or was.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, if they find that out after meeting him, they're also kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's just like the chillest.
Yeah,
like...
your dad looks like he owns and runs a BMW dealership. Like he just looks like a very fancy dude, but also like he runs a fancy business.
And like he sells you stuff.
Like he sells you shit real easy. Like no, let's go higher. Your dad looks like he runs like an exotic car dealership for sure. Like imagine that, guys. You have Johnny's dad. He literally, you walk into like a Ferrari dealership and he's just like,
he's like your best friend.
And when
he's
when you ask for the manager, he comes out. Like that's what he looks like. And like your mom looks like she makes amazing food.
You already know this about Susan.
No, I didn't.
Also accurate.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Like that's what she seems like.
Susie makes wonderful food.
Yeah, she seems like you walk into her house and she like feeds you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. She's not fat. She's extremely skinny. But she looks like she's like, because you know how like people are like, oh, only fat chefs make good food? Not true. Although I did have a fat chef roommate who made great food back when I first moved back to Phoenix. So yeah, we did all that, and then we finally got to meet the Haley.
The Haley? You say we like I haven't known her for like 20 years.
Yeah, apparently Amanda knew her for like ever. I didn't know that.
Did you? I tell you things and you don't listen.
I didn't realize you went to school with her too.
Yes.
So Johnny, you went to school. Like, how long have you known her?
So I've known who she was maybe since she was in 5th grade and I was in 7th. But I feel like, so the first time I ever had like a meaningful conversation with her was at her 8th grade graduation when I was a sophomore in high school.
Aw, yeah.
I'm going to forgive how creepy that sounded.
Oh my God.
I was a guy in high school at an 8th grade graduation and I met the love of my life.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. When did you have a crush on her?
I think that kind of started like a year later.
When she got into high school?
Yeah, after she'd been there for a little while.
And how long did she pretend you didn't exist?
Oh my goodness.
Every girl does that. That's how every love story starts.
No.
I've seen a lot of movies.
There was like 30 people in our high school. You couldn't do that.
See, okay. There was 2,500 in my high school. So I'm imagining a whole different scenario.
No. There's how much? Like there was like what? Like 80 people? Maybe not even 80 people in our high school?
At that point, like that year, your senior year, there was about like 85 or somewhere between 85 and 88.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so everyone knew everyone. There wasn't a lot of like drama. I mean, there was some, but not a lot.
Jesus Christ. And so like, did you guys lose? Okay. So why I'm asking these questions, guys, is, but the last time Johnny was on the podcast, he wasn't engaged. Now he is engaged. Woo. Johnny
off that market.
Johnny is getting married. You were off the market when you were dating her.
Getting married.
I hate how people say that. Like, off the market now.
Yeah, but it's like officially, like you're
technically not until you're married.
You're locked down. I mean, it's almost married when you're engaged.
Okay. So did you guys lose touch for like a while and then like you ran into each other again? How did this happen? I'm so interested in your love life. Please tell me more.
Well, pretty much what the situation really was is like we kind of kept in touch, off and on over the years. And there was like kind of that moment that I had where I kind of always wanted there to be like something more once. We had been kind of apart for a few years after I'd graduated from high school. And like, I'd kind of assumed that someday there would be the opportunity for us to be in the same place again. But like, it was starting to kind of look like that opportunity was never going to be there. And so I kind of just like called her up one day and we realized that we were both going to be at the same graduation a few months later, and so we sort of made plans to hang out. And then she actually, after the grad, came back to Portland and stayed at my place for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And like
So
Nice.
go more into noise. Go more into this staying at your place for a week. So at this point, when she stayed at your place for a week, had you even like kissed before?
No.
Oh God, you must have been so fucking horny. All right, so
Dear God.
I'm sorry. I love
Jesus Christ.
I love stories, except I make them into something way worse. But it's true. So what I'm getting at here is like you lived every single high school guy's dream when your crush from high school was like, "Yeah, I'll come stay with you for a week."
Well, I mean, you know the phrase 0 to 100 real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much.
So, my 16-year-old self is so jealous.
Oh my God.
Dude, sweet. So what's the plan now? Who's going to move where?
Well, she hasn't. She's kind of going to be in the next year in the process of applying to grad schools for speech pathology, and she's got about 6 schools that she's looking at.
Yeah,
so
her and I
pretty
talked
much
about that.
we're just going to move to wherever, whatever the best school she gets into, kind of the best fit is, and we'll move there. I think I should be able to work from anywhere.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard she wants to go to Purdue or something like that. She wants to go to Ivy League.
Woo.
Johnny's like,
Yeah.
what?
Johnny's like, where?
Well,
Johnny's like, where?
one of the schools, the Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
in Nashville
That was
is-
it. Yeah.
is kind of the top one she's looking at.
Yeah, okay, I got it wrong. It was
Yeah.
one of those
That's why Johnny was like, what are you talking about?
one of those white privilege schools. I don't know. No, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Haley. She's awesome. And I think as far as coming on the podcast, I think Johnny is our main source for that couple coming on the podcast, because I don't think Haley wants to come on the podcast.
Probably not.
Probably not. I think like 10 minutes talking to me was enough for Haley for a while.
She was like, I'm done forever.
Yeah, I think Haley talked to me. She was like, all
She
right.
enjoyed meeting you for sure, though.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people like you need a vacation
You're
from.
just too much for some
I'm
people.
too much for some people, so I understand that. Amanda reminds me every day, so it's okay. I get it. So let's talk about this wedding. So this started at the airport. Our journey started at the airport, and I know I say that, but I'm talking about our funny journey.
Our funny journey?
Do you remember when we went to Oso?
Yes.
Do you remember what I did?
No.
Okay, so Johnny, when you go to a restaurant, do you ever ask people like what you should have on the menu, like waitresses, like what's good?
Oh, no, I remember.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of times I ask people, because I'm one of those people, when I look at a menu, I see like 8 things that I want.
Yeah, so I see 0, and I always like just ask what's good. And this waitress though was giving us fucking sass. I mean, it's an airport Oso. So if you guys don't know what Oso is, it's just a tavern.
It's a brewery in
it's a
Arizona.
brewery.
Or whatever.
And they just have burgers and like beer and stuff like that. And so Amanda and I have like an hour and a half to our flight, and we're hungry because we realize we're not going to be eating for a while. So we sit down at this Oso. This waitress who just sucks comes up to us, and what do I say? I was like, I asked her, I was like, so, what's better, your burger or your sandwich? And she was like, the sandwich is better. And so I turned to her and I
No,
said,
she looks at you and she's like, well, do you want something light or heavy?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you were like, oh, light sounds good. I'm about to get on a flight. She's like, oh, then get the sandwich. You're like, I'll get the burger. Like, you're such a dick.
yeah, I was like, what's better and like better for this? She goes, well, are you hungry? Like, are you lighter or whatever? And I was like, oh, I just want something light. And she's like, you should get a sandwich. And I said, okay, I'll have the burger. And she just stared me down. And then I said to her, I'll have like a Coke too. And she never fucking brought it.
But she also didn't charge you for it. I hate when they charge you for it and they don't bring it to you.
Yeah, but it's not that fucking hard to do.
It is hard. Did you see she wasn't writing things down? Of course she forgot it.
Yeah.
And we had to eat in like 15 minutes and then go, so.
That'd be a funny sketch. Like the waiter who has no arms, so he can't write stuff down, but he also has like Alzheimer's. So he has...
How can he bring you things if he doesn't have arms?
He's the waiter, not the server.
Oh my God.
You know, like at fancy steak restaurants, like different people bring out your food.
Sure.
Oh, well, you probably don't, but like
I've been to a fancy
there's
steak
serving
restaurant.
staff and then there's wait staff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but like a waiter who doesn't have arms, so he can't write your order down, but he's also got like Alzheimer's, so he keeps coming back to your table asking you what you got. That's for Zach. Zach would have laughed at that.
That's not funny. Get out of here.
So anyway, so we get in to Seattle and we get to our Airbnb and this thing was.
It was a cute little Airbnb.
First of all, the Uber driver has the audacity. I don't know if you remember this, Amanda. You were pretty tired. The Uber driver literally had the audacity to be like, "Oh, that's a nice house for this neighborhood." He's like, "This neighborhood used to be pretty sketchy," and I was like, "Thanks, man. Thanks for telling me."
Why the fuck do they do that?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this neighborhood used to be pretty sketchy, but this is a nice Airbnb." I was like, "Fuck you. Why would you say that dropping me off?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna get right."
He's like, "Be safe. Have a gun.
Be safe." And so we get in, and this fucking woman who owned this Airbnb was fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
We couldn't have shoes on, Johnny. She said no shoes in the entire house. We couldn't, no more than 6 people in the house at a time. We had to, what else?
That was about it.
Every drawer was like perfectly labeled. There was one bathroom. It was fucking tiny, and the light to the bathroom was outside the door. It's like the house used to be something else.
Yeah. It used to be a bigger house, but then she sectioned it off, and now she has 2 Airbnbs. She's a smart businesswoman.
Everything was IKEA.
Yeah.
And the internet like was so shit. And I accidentally left my Netflix logged in. So a bunch of people have been using my Netflix for the last like week. And I went on my Netflix with Amanda the other day and I was like, who the fuck is watching this? And Amanda's like, not me. And then I realized that people in Seattle in an Airbnb have been using my Netflix for the last week. So I changed my password, but Jesus, now there's a bunch of weird shit on my recently watched. Fuck, where did you guys stay?
They didn't stay anywhere.
Oh, that's right. They drove.
Johnny drove, like, what was it,
No,
5 hours,
Johnny didn't drive. Haley drove. Don't let Johnny take credit for this.
Yeah, so we ended up actually being at a kind of like a mini music fest the day before. So we stayed at a hotel the night before, kind of like drove part way and then had like a 3-hour drive the morning of.
Oh, yeah, you said that music fest was really fucking tight. Who was there?
Yeah, it was Post Malone and 50 Cent.
Fuck 50, but Post, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Posty.
Yeah, 50 Cent is... I did not realize he was still doing that music thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he realizes that either.
Did he just sing like Candy Shop and shit?
And into club.
In the club?
Oh, God.
I mean, he dropped all the OG, like...
That's how you know someone's dying as an artist, when all they play is their biggest hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like that's how you know, and it's sad as it is to say that music festival we watched where Miley Cyrus performed and she sung "Party in the USA." I was like, "Oh, sweetie."
No, everyone like requests her to sing that song because that's everyone's favorite. She sings all of her new stuff too.
I didn't know she had new stuff.
She just dropped an EP and it's actually pretty good.
I don't know why you know this, but who else did you see at the music
Miley.
festival?
It was just pretty much those two. They were like some really small like local guys as well, but they weren't good.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, that's like there's a music festival coming up in October with Jared in the Mill out in by the lake, but there's like a bunch of like Bear Ghost is going to be there, so we'll probably go. It's a great Bear Ghost. You'll have to hear them; they're fucking amazing. Yeah, I played them for you. Anyway, did you see any like funny shit at the music festival? There's always someone on ecstasy doing something stupid.
You know, I was pretty tanked, to be honest with you. Like I was in my zone. Like we were definitely getting after it.
Were you dancing the night away?
Yeah, 100%.
To Posty,
just slamming IPAs the whole time.
Fuck yeah, we're drinking some White Claw right now, like some real white bitches.
Oh, let's go,
dude. Let's go. Hey, can your wedding just have White Claw?
No. You know, that would be
just
impressive.
White Claw. That's ridiculous.
Just White Claw. White Claw and tequila.
As of now, we're planning on having just sangria.
Ooh. I do love sangria.
It's just White Claw and tequila. Johnny calls us the next day and he's like, dude, so many people got pregnant last night.
A champagne toast with a White Claw.
Yeah, we'll get into the non-alcoholic wedding in a second. Some other little stuff I wanted to drop really quick before we talk about this stuff, because we're going to talk about it.
Wow.
Oh, God. What happened yesterday with my name? Where were we? Where someone fucked my name up?
They called you Rod.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Johnny, we went to... Do you have sauce there?
No.
Do you know what sauce is?
I think it's just an Arizona thing.
Is it one of the Fox restaurant
Yeah.
concepts?
Shit, my man. You know. Okay. Yeah, it's Sam Fox's restaurant. Okay. So it's sauce. It's just like a pizza place, pasta, whatever. You can either go in, but we don't do that because, my tisms. I don't like to sit in restaurants that much. So we call them an order. And so I call last night and I'm like, hey, this is Brad. I'll have this. So they're like, okay, your order will be ready in 15 minutes. So we go down there and I walk up to the cash register and I go, hey, I'm here to pick up an order for Brad. And the guy looks through his system and goes, your name's not in here. Did you call here? And I'm like, fuck, did I call the wrong plate? Amanda's like, did you call the right sauce? And I was like, fucking, he goes, what did you order? And I was like, oh, this is what we ordered. And he goes, oh, your name is in here as Rod. Rod. And I literally look at the guy and I go, oh, dude, sorry, that's my porn name. And he just stared at me. I was like, yeah, dog, that's my porn name, Big Rod. It's actually Brad is my real name. Sorry if I get that. And he was just like, oh, okay. And I was like, fuck. I was like, why did I say that? I always do stuff like that. I'm like, no, that's my porn name.
You know what, though? Hey, if you say Big Rod fast enough, it kind of sounds like Brad.
Yeah, Big Rod. Yeah, Big Rod.
That was my favorite part of The Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what was it?
When they go...
when Pumbaa was talking about his name or something, and then he was like, what? He wanted to change your name. What, to Brad?
I felt like...
I started dying.
Every time that happened... Why in every movie do they say that? Do you realize it happened in another movie we just watched recently?
It did?
Yeah, you looked at me too. I feel like in the theater when that happened, everyone looked at me. People I didn't know. Who didn't know my name.
They just knew you were Brad.
Why is people got hate on the Brad?
Because it's so
It's
close.
just an aura of Brad
so
surrounds
close to Chad.
It is so close to Chad.
It's just dangerous.
Brad is just such a douchey name.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, anyway.
Hate it. Anyway, and then what was the other thing? Nothing. Okay.
The wedding.
The wedding. Okay.
Here we go.
We're going to emphasize this because... as we share this podcast and Johnny shares this podcast, people at the wedding will hear the podcast. I want to say this. First of all, the wedding was fucking gorgeous. Again, I'm emphasizing this.
And it was a great wedding and we had fun. Emphasize that.
We had fun. It was a great wedding.
The bride and groom are fantastic people.
I've never been to a religious wedding, but as far as religious weddings go, it was great. It didn't feel weird. It felt like perfect. And even it was outdoors, and even when the wind started to blow, Amanda's friend Laura turned to me and was like, "Is this magical?" Or is it because the leaves were
because there were all these quaking aspens behind them, yeah, and the leaves were just
Did you say quaking aspens?
That's the name of those trees.
Why the fuck do you know that, Amanda?
Okay, so 9th grade biology.
I don't need the story behind.
We had to do a tree project. I know the names of a lot of trees. Quaking aspens were my favorite.
Call into the podcast with your questions about trees. We know a lot about quaking aspens.
I will know the names. Yeah.
Are they scared of something? Is that why they're quaking?
No, they just no. They called them that because of what they did. Their leaves just shake like
Quaked.
that. They quaked. Yes.
Anyway, it was fucking magical. So let's talk about things at the wedding that Amanda and I, as podcasters, are always looking out for and had nothing to do with the bride or groom or anything they could have controlled. Okay, let's make that clear.
Because we love them.
First off, one of the things that pisses me off the most that our listeners know is children at fucking movies. Now, times that by 1,000,000 for children at fucking weddings and how disrespectful it is. Johnny, you were sitting more inside during the dinner, but we were sitting closer to the door because we were the rejects.
We were not the rejects.
I was the only Jewish guy there. I had to sit furthest away. So look, you probably didn't hear it, dude, but the kids outside were fucking screaming the whole time.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
I was like, where are your fucking parents?
They were there. Just children in general should not be allowed at weddings.
I agree.
Agreed.
I don't care if you're going to be a flower girl, you leave after. You're not allowed at the reception.
Yeah, some of the kids were like playing near the lake, and I turned to Amanda and I was like, "I will give you $500 if you kick one of them."
You did not say $500 because I probably would have done it. You said like 50. Okay. I'm not going to do that for 50.
Johnny would have done it for 50. But
I probably would have done it for free.
Seriously, could you hear them outside or no? Because you were too far in.
I couldn't. No, I was too close to the middle.
Oh my God, they were screaming, and and the parents were out there not doing anything. They were just like looking inside. And
also, how horrible is it to go to a wedding and not even be able to enjoy it because you're outside with your screaming children?
You could have get a fucking babysitter.
Well, no, those kids were in the wedding. They were the flower girls and shit.
Oh, they were annoying.
Yeah,
they were super fucking annoying.
The only kids that were decently behaved, and Johnny, you know this person, were Melissa's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cody's cousin's kids were perfectly behaved, and she had them under control. The other ones were fucking crazy.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, well, then. I will say this. I've never been to a sober wedding. Have you guys?
Yes.
I have, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's true. It has been a while.
So I didn't know this, Johnny. I honestly didn't know this. I didn't know Adventists didn't dance.
That's a big one.
Is that because every time you dance, you end up having sex with someone?
Yes.
Yeah, they believe that, yeah.
I mean, no, it's true.
There is dancing at Adventist weddings, though. Like, Loren had the best dance floor I've ever been to.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
Hers was sweet.
Hers was. We literally danced till like 2 a.m. It was crazy because her.
How many people had sex?
All of them.
All of them. When was Loren's wedding? How long ago?
It was in 2015, so almost 4 years ago.
Wow.
I know.
Brad, I feel that I have to also point out to you, though, that a good portion of Adventists also believe that if you so much as hold hands, you're going to fuck later.
No, it's 100%. Every time I've held hands with someone, I accidentally put my dick inside them. Dancing is anal. Dancing leads to anal. But holding hands, I literally have 3 children because...
Because you held hands. Wow.
Cadell formed because I held hands with him. No, but... That's crazy, dude. I did not know that. I had no idea. And like, I understand the alcohol thing. I get it. And like, it wasn't bad. I mean, I had to drive anyway, so I wouldn't have drank. But I get the alcohol thing, but it was just weird because like the dancing thing, I didn't. Because isn't the whole point of a wedding to get them to have sex at the end of the night? Don't you want them to dance?
They will still have sex at the end of the night.
Oh, and we'll talk about that, Johnny, because we have something to just really get off our chest.
Can we confirm that actually happened, though?
Get him on the line.
I'm going to call Cody.
Call Cody right now?
I think he's still in Costa Rica.
Yeah, we don't want to pay that bill. But
I mean, honestly, I feel like a wedding is such a stressful event, and by the end of the night, I would be so exhausted, like I wouldn't want to have sex. So I feel sorry for those people that wait till their wedding night, and they're just exhausted from their wedding and have to do that.
Yeah, they do that because then they last a little longer.
Because they're just so tired.
Yeah. And it's like, can we confirm they did that? Did they have time? Yeah, I think they could fit that 10 seconds in. Because let's be honest, I loved Cody and he was awesome, but there ain't no way that motherfucker lasted longer than a minute.
Oh my God.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
Oh my God.
But good for him. You know? He shouldn't have to wait more than 5 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know you guys don't want to think about that. So,
Amanda definitely does not.
No.
So, okay, so we talked about the kids. Now, before we get into the big one, I want to talk about this with you because this made me, Johnny, and I don't know if you felt this way, and this is not. I felt bad for Cody in this specific situation. Do you remember the bride's dad's speech?
Oh God, yeah, for sure.
And her brother. I was so uncomfortable. Cody looked so uncomfortable. And okay, for the listeners, you ever been to like a wedding and then the like bride's dad talks about you fucking the bride? No, me neither. Until now. Jesus Christ, Johnny.
I think the weirdest thing about the whole thing is like they kind of made the same joke. Like
yeah, him and the dad and the son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was strange to me that like it was recycled.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, let's just be real. The first person that made that joke the whole night was Brad, and it was a lot funnier coming out of Brad's mouth
because I don't know them. I'm not their dad.
Yeah.
I can. Oh, God damn it!
First of all,
It's
so
gross.
the brother is one of the bride's like bridesmaid persons. So he does a speech for her, and it started out good. I thought it was good at first, but then it started like getting a little weird. Like he started talking about Cody's body and how
I was like, is he gay for Cody?
And how his sister would be seeing that body tonight, and I was like, what? What'd you just say?
And then they talked about, so Cody did this thing, and I applaud him. So if you go on YouTube and type in PCU,
No, PUC.
PUC Harlem Shake, these kids.
It was so funny.
These guys went to an Adventist college, and they did the Harlem Shake. And the YouTube comments on, Johnny, have you ever read the comments?
I think I've read a lot of them. I haven't read them recently.
Oh my God. These fucking crazy old people are like, you bring shame to us. Like, Jesus wouldn't act like that. Like, you're going to hell. I'm like, chill the fuck out. It's just a bunch of kids, like, releasing some stress.
No, everyone that was in that video, because my ex-boyfriend was in that video, they almost got suspended for that video.
Jesus.
It was ridiculous.
Anyway, it's a great Harlem Shake video. So Cody is standing in the back with a box around his genitals, and he's humping the air as fast as he can. And the wife's, the bride's dad, says the following. Yeah, you guys seen the Harlem Shake video with Cody in it? He's going to be doing that to my daughter later.
He did not say that.
He said some variation of that.
He said some variation of that. Johnny's got my back on this. And Amanda...
We all know exactly what he was referring to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
He basically was like, yo, Kelsey about to be that box.
oh my God, that's funny, because box? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we get it. You don't have to explain that, Brad.
Box is vagina. Yeah. So not only Amanda looked at me, fucking Karen,
My
Amanda's mother stares at me and goes, what the fuck did he just say? And I was like, I know.
My mom's best friend, Johnny, Lori Bishop, she after the wedding, she like was talking to my mom about that, and she was like, if Doug does that to Maddie, I will divorce him immediately.
Oh, yeah, I heard her. She said that multiple times.
It was so funny.
Oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe, I expected that kind of thing out of that quiet guy with the long hair, but not her dad.
Yeah, it's like, that's for like the best man to make, and it's like inappropriate but funny. That's not okay for the bride's dad to make.
You know my family is super open about sex.
They're super inappropriate.
And I was
yes.
the best man at my brother's wedding, and I did not say a fucking word about my brother having sex with his wife. Because that is just, it's their day, and you do not embarrass them on their day. And not only that, guys, but these fucking speeches went on for like a fucking hour.
They did not stop.
Was it just me, Johnny?
Oh, no, it was a long-ass time.
It was a long ass
Her
time.
brother kept talking.
Yeah, he talked for a long, long time.
And everyone was like, come on.
So Cody's best man was his brother, and his brother is adorable, and he was super nervous, and he made a cute little speech. And then Cody's other friend, Aaron, I'm not going to say anything. His speech was just meh. Because it was like a bunch of inside jokes that no one understood but Cody. And so like I understand how that meant something to Cody, but for the rest of us, it was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, I said an inside joke, but half the people at my brother's wedding understood it.
You can slip in one inside joke, but you have to make it like relatable to everyone there. You can't just keep saying inside jokes that no one understands.
My speech was maybe 2 minutes tops. That's how long it should be, because people want to eat. And let's talk about the eating. That food was fucking delicious.
It was super good.
Yeah, it was.
That was the best food at the wedding.
It's the best vegetarian food I've ever had at a wedding, for sure.
Because when Amanda showed me the invite, and she said, do you want vegetarian or vegan? I turned to her and said, meat. And I did not know that Adventists don't eat meat.
Yeah.
So,
it was delicious. It was like coconut curry and like...
I was like, I'm going to be so hungry after this wedding, but I wasn't. It was delish.
Yeah, there was some good shit.
It was delish. And we met some fucking awesome people there. Like, we met Haley, we met Laura, we met your other friend.
What other friend?
I forgot her name already.
Maddie.
Um,
Jesus Christ.
and Cody was awesome and very welcoming. And that's pretty much all I met because his groomsmen did not talk to me. So I don't know. They were busy.
Yes. You're
so-
busy being in the wedding.
No, it was great. The only thing I didn't like was the drive. That's
a
it.
long drive.
That's it. Everything else was fucking amazing. And we haven't posted the pictures on our Instagram, but we will. Fuck.
Also, we need to talk about what we're
No,
going
we
to
will.
tell Johnny
This is a
about.
huge thing. So, what's the husband's name?
Aaron.
Do you know Aaron, Johnny?
The Aaron that was a groomsman?
Oh yeah, that Aaron.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How do you know Aaron?
Well, so his wife...
Oh, yeah,
I've
his
known
wife? What about her?
Jessica, for a long, long time. I actually have known her since I was in 8th grade. We're the same year, so we were both in 8th grade.
Yeah. So what's her name?
Jessica.
Jessica.
Tell me a little bit about Jessica.
Stop doing this.
Well, I don't know exactly, what direction we're going with this right now.
Just what kind of person is she?
She's a very
let me just
sweet
put it-
girl.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm not a fan personally, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Her
Yes.
cousin is one of my closest friends, so I feel like I have to say nice things.
No, you don't. Hey, Johnny, wait. Does she follow you on Instagram?
I think she used
She follows
to.
me on Instagram.
Well, I'm just wondering because when Johnny says he was on the podcast, I don't want her listening to this.
I highly doubt she'll listen.
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
true. No religious people listen to this podcast. So you're not a fan. Why is that? Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's kind of a long story, but it's just
She's just one of those people.
yeah,
Like a bitch or
kind of like outwardly goody two shoes and projecting that to the world.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. A goody two shoes wearing a fucking black G-string. Okay. Let's talk about Jessica.
Wait, hold up. So she was the person that you guys were talking about. That,
I saw
there was a
all
whole
of Jessica. And let me tell you, Jessica's body is on that next level shit. Her husband wasn't lying when he said, "Have you seen my wife?" Because I said, "Yes, I've seen your wife."
All of your life.
And when I said that out loud, Karen couldn't stop laughing. Karen's Amanda's mom, by the way. So let's talk about this. So guys, girls.
Okay, this is at no fault to her. Let me put
No,
that out there.
no. Not her fault. Her husband's fault. So any girl I've ever dated or anything like that, or like sister or mom or friend, when they're getting ready or they put on a dress or something and you can see them in the light, you should always let them know if their dress is not the best material. Because women's clothes a lot of them are made very thin or very cheaply. And you don't know as a woman when you're putting on a dress or a shirt or a skirt or something, because you can't see from behind you, right? So, and you can't see when there's a light source behind you. So, this woman, we'll call her a woman. She's a full-grown lady. She was the MC of the wedding. She was the Steve Aoki, if you will, of the wedding. And she ran, I mean, she was on the mic, so like calling people up and doing all that. Okay. And so, oh God. So she walked so me, Amanda, and Amanda's mom and Laura are sitting at a table closest to the back door. Now, Jessica walks to the back door, and the sun is setting by that back door. So the sun's behind like her when she's walking out. Oh God.
You can see her entire body through her dress.
We're not talking it's see-through that you can see the silhouette of her legs or something. I'm talking you can see skin color. You can see the folds of her ass. You can see literally, like, it doesn't just look like a plump. You can see the underfold of her ass cheeks.
Yeah,
Her gap.
You could.
You could see the underwear where her gap was. You could see everything.
The color of her underwear. What
clearly.
underwear she was wearing.
I'm staring at this. Laura and I are staring at this. Amanda's staring. Even Amanda's mom is staring.
We could not stop. It was like a car accident. You can't look away.
And every time she goes back, we just keep looking.
Because she kept going back to
Keep
that
looking.
door.
And all of us, even Amanda's mom was like, well, I mean, if she's going to do it, we might as well look. Johnny, when he walked up and he said, "Yeah, my wife is the MC. If you've seen her," and we were all like, "Oh,
we've
seen her." No joke, dude. We saw her butt ass fucking naked because she was wearing a black ass G-string shoved straight up her ass, and you could see the full. I mean, straight up.
Yep.
And we couldn't stop.
Well, I mean, hey, if there's going to be no dancing and, no booze, at least there's that, right?
There's a free show.
Hey, there might not be no dancing, but sex was in the air.
Oh, my God.
It was real bad. And I don't blame her. I blame her husband because he should have told her.
Well, he got dressed with the dudes. He probably didn't even see her.
She wasn't a bridesmaid, though, was she?
No, she wasn't.
No.
All the bridesmaids were wearing appropriate dresses.
Oh, yeah. And hers would have been appropriate. Like, don't get me wrong.
No,
it wasn't short.
It was a nice dress.
It was a nice dress.
It was fine. It was just completely see-through.
It was just made out of tissue paper.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Johnny, I didn't want to stand up and scream halfway across the room, "Johnny, look!" That would have been fucking hilarious. But
didn't you tell Haley?
I told Haley immediately, and Haley was like, "Where?"
No, didn't she say, "Did you see a bush?"
Oh, yeah. So I got the first thing out of Haley's mouth. So I go up to Haley and I go, "Haley, did you see that?" And she goes, "What?" And I go, "Dude, that girl's dress is see-through." And Haley, without missing a beat, goes, "Does she have a bush?" And I literally go, "Haley, how is that the first thing that comes to your mind?" I guess religious people have bushes? Maybe?
I mean, probably not.
More places for Jesus to hide.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of
And you're about to penetrate her and Jesus pops out and he's like, "Nope. Nope.
Not till marriage.
I have a bush because when I'm dancing, it keeps him another centimeter away." My God, dude, I wish you could have seen this because it was worth it.
Was it?
100%. It gave us things to talk about on the podcast. It was 100% worth it. Again, that's what I'm trying to say here. All of the things that happened that we're talking about had nothing to do with the actual wedding, which made me happy. It didn't ruin the wedding. The wedding was gorgeous. It was just people being people.
Yeah, that's true.
If Jessica had on a slip, if the bride's brother and dad had duct tape over their mouths, we wouldn't have podcast this week. But luckily,
and you could also make the argument that a lot of things wouldn't have happened if everyone there didn't know that the groom was a virgin. But the fact, because that kind of opened up a lot of material.
This is very true.
Was the bride a virgin?
Yes.
Wait, really? For sure?
I assume so. She's a super religious person.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I don't want to, because I don't know her very well.
Wow.
And I don't want to speak for her, but I think so.
But do you not think she was, Johnny?
I don't know. If I were to guess, if I were a betting man and someone gun in my head, I'd bet one way or another. I would bet that she was not.
Okay.
But I know for a fact that he was.
Yeah, same.
I don't know how you go 27 years without pussy. I mean, you must jerk off a lot. Or is jerking off not allowed?
You can jerk off.
I would even doubt that that's the case either.
Really?
Well,
woman dies in cum explosion.
Oh my God.
Well, let's just put it this way. Only once in my life have I ever received a phone call from one of my bros that he was being distraught over having touched a girl's tits.
Okay, he was in high school.
Dude, he touched it. Damn, he got farther than me in high school.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I was disgusting until college. Then I ended up like this. But in high school, I was a lanky spider motherfucker, and I got no pussy. I got nothing. And apparently, this is what's crazy about me. I was so clueless in fucking high school that I was really good friends with the hottest fucking girl in high school. She's the main cheerleader, super fucking hot. She's married now, has 2 kids. But I was best friends with her. And then she tells me in college that she had a crush on me in high school. And I was like, what the fuck?
You were very clueless, yes.
I didn't lose my virginity till second semester of freshman year of college.
Hey, that's when I did too. So
yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yep. So let's just all bask in the fact that Cody got farther than us in high school.
Yeah, technically me too, actually. Well... Yeah,
Johnny, you can't say me too.
Oh my God, Bradley.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got me too. Oh.
Stop it.
No, but wow. I'm happy for him. I mean, hopefully, if all's working out, he's in Costa Rica and Bang City right now.
He's probably honestly enjoying the bugs just as much as the
We
pussy.
talked to him and we're like, what did you do? And he's like, dude, I fucked a lot. And I'm like, yeah, but what did you do with the other 23 and a half hours a day?
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I'm sure he is like going all entomologist on Costa Rica.
Oh, for sure.
He's like, look, I found a stick bug. And she's like, okay, I want your stick in me.
Stop. I can't.
He's like, I'm just surprised no one made the bike riding joke. Like, oh, you won't be riding bikes tonight. Like, you'll be riding something else.
See, there was a missed opportunity. Yep.
Yeah, I should have stood up.
There were a lot of missed opportunities.
I'm going to be honest with you, Johnny. If I knew them, like if I was friends with any of them, like known them as long as you guys, when the dad said that, I would have stood up and gone, boo.
Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing. I might have done something like that, but I didn't know her side of her friends or her family at all.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I felt like most of the young people our age were all there for Cody.
Well, I think all of her close friends were just her bridesmaids, and then
Cody went way overboard on groomsmen.
and that was him trimming it down. Did you not like? He wanted to have 20 groomsmen.
And I was like, okay, who would be my groomsmen? And I was like, all right, Zach.
He could think of like 3.
Yeah, I was like, Zach and Matt. And then I just started adding people. I was like, Jerry or Jamie. And I was like, I guess Johnny. And Amanda's like, you've known Johnny for like a few months. I was like, yeah, but I don't know anyone else. So,
So weird.
I mean, I don't know. Johnny at a strip club, though? That'd be fun.
You know what? Actually, so interestingly enough that you mentioned that, but I actually have been a groomsman in a wedding where I knew the groom less than I know you. So, I mean...
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't,
shocking.
How?
So someone asked me to be one of their groomsmen that I'd only hung out with one weekend, one time.
You made that kind of impression.
That's kind of weird, though, right? Like...
I mean, he had spent most of his life being like traveling, like spending 1 or 2 years country to country to country. Had spent almost no time in the States, and the person that he married, I was good friends with, and so she was like, "Well, you and Johnny hit it off. Why don't you ask him?" So that was kind of the situation.
All right.
See, I'm going to choose people based on who I think will be fun at my bachelor party. Because my bachelor party is going to be like my brother's, where it's like a cruise to like somewhere. Because my brother, we did 10 people, but we all went on a cruise to a private island in the Bahamas. That was fucking... I don't do Vegas. I don't do that kind of shit. That's stupid. I do like
Don't
vacation.
say that's stupid until you find out where Johnny's going for his bachelor party.
Johnny, where are you going for your bachelor party?
He's like, Vegas.
Doing a like houseboat weekend.
Ooh,
See? Fucking told you. I
nice.
knew Johnny wasn't like
Are you
that
going
dumb.
Powell?
Probably Shasta, because we know someone that's gonna hook it up probably like for free or for a sweet discount.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, dude. How much does it cost to get strippers on that boat?
They have to swim there first.
See, what you do is you get your groomsmen a present. You get like an escort just to give them all like blowies.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. You don't let people cheat on their thing. That's a fucked up groomsman.
Yeah, see, most of my bridal party, they're gonna be married. Like, 'cause most of my friends are already married, so that could have some consequences.
Well, see, we went to a strip club, but like all my brother's friends are married, right? Except for one and me. And like we went to a strip club, and every single guy like texted their wife and was like, "Yeah, going to a strip club," and they were like, "Okay, have fun. Text me pictures." Like, because they like one of his friends, his wife goes to strip clubs with him. So, I mean, I'm just not much of a strip club guy. I ended up talking to a stripper and asking her about her life. And my brother was like, what are you doing? I was like, I just was talking to her. Like, he comes up to me and the stripper is sitting not on my lap, literally next to me. Right. And she's covered up and like, she's wearing her like a jacket because she's like, getting ready to leave because it was like 1 a.m. And she's like, just sitting next to me and all the girls are like on the other guy's laps. And my brother walks up to me and he's like, what are you guys doing? And she was like, oh, we're just talking about life. And my brother's like, God, you're so fucking weird, Brad. Because I was like, I don't want like, I don't know. I don't I don't want herpes.
That's the only thing I've ever done with this stripper also. So that, yeah.
Just
I'm
like
right there with
chatted
you.
with him.
Yeah, like I don't
Chatted
really.
him up.
Yeah, and I'm very shallow. So most strippers, I'm just like, nah, like I'm good. Because like no really hot girls become strippers unless it's like at. Well, actually, okay, this
That's
Miami
not
strip club.
true.
Yeah, this Miami strip club had a lot of like hot girls to them, but not to me because they all had boobs. So.
Oh my god.
They had like big ass boobs, and I was like, I don't like that. Yeah, dude. So crazy weekend, guys. I just want to emphasize in case like Cody ever does hear this, fucking amazing wedding, dude. We have to talk shit about everything we do. So just no hard feelings.
Oh my
Because of
God.
all the weddings I've been to besides my brother's, my brother's went perfectly. Like nothing bad happened. Like nothing interrupted it, nothing like that. And same with Cody's wedding. Like everything went as planned and everything went well. And the only square we didn't check off. Where's my book?
It's right here.
So I told you, Johnny, that we made a
wedding bingo, but
we
it's
made a
not
wedding
actually
bingo?
bingo because he doesn't know how to play bingo.
remember I told you that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the squares. So let's go over the squares again and let's check off what we got.
All right.
Someone says Jesus a bunch of times. We got that right away. We had the girl who's never been drunk before got drunk, but that didn't happen because there's no alcohol.
We didn't have that as a square. I just don't think you can read your handwriting.
Oh, no. It was any girl who got drunk beforehand. But we didn't have that
No.
one. We had the thirsty bitch. Did we have a thirsty bitch there?
I didn't notice one.
I didn't
Did
notice
you
it.
notice any, Johnny?
You notice any thirsty bitches?
I don't think there's. Yeah, no, that wasn't a real thing.
No.
Okay, no thirsty bitches. That sucks. Girl catches the bouquet and stares her boyfriend down. A 6-year-old caught the bouquet. So
So, nope.
it was so funny watching
Yikes.
like the bouquet get thrown and Amanda's like standing on the side and it got thrown and Amanda just like steps to the side.
I'm like away from it.
Everyone looked at me when you did that too. They're like, and I was like, cool, Amanda.
It didn't come anywhere near me.
I don't see myself with you anything.
Oh, shut up.
So, you stood as far away as you could.
I don't like that weird tradition of catching the bouquet. It creeps me out.
Oh, this
Yeah,
one.
it's super weird.
It's such a weird tradition, and children always catch it. Like, when I've caught the bouquet, it was always as a child. You know how weird that is? Okay.
Yeah, 6-year-old got it, and I was like, guys, this isn't Provo, Utah. Like, you can't.
You can't do this.
Someone in a flannel suit. Yes, they were wearing wool suits.
They were wearing tweed.
They were
wool,
wearing tweed wool suits.
which
We
is
are
close to
circling
flannel.
that. Dude who was just there to fuck. I feel like guy with the long hair was just there to fuck.
He was not. Oh my god.
We're circling that one. Creepy uncle, creepy dad. We got that one. Older woman who also wore a white dress. Yes, that happened as well.
No, it didn't. That was the bride's mother.
She wore a white dress.
The bride wanted them to wear white.
Fine, fucking.
I feel like that still counts.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
thank you, Johnny.
Whatever, Johnny.
That's 4 in a row. That's
because
a bingo.
it does go against tradition. So I feel like it counts.
I liked it, but okay, it counts.
No alcohol, but everyone's wearing a white dress. I had this one. Best man speech sucks. Cock.
Yeah, it did suck. Well, no. Caleb's was okay and cute. The other ones was bad.
That's still one of the best men.
Yeah, whatever.
Girl whose date is dressed inappropriately.
No, guy whose date is dressed inappropriately.
Oh, guy who's... Yeah, we got
We
that.
had that.
We got that.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, I do, of course. Bride or groom drops rings.
That did not
That did not
happen.
happen. And when they were putting the rings on, Amanda and I like scooted forward and we're like,
like, are
drop
they
it,
gonna
drop it. Groom wearing silly socks. Did anyone see his socks?
I'm sure they were silly.
Okay, let's just
They
circle it.
had to have been.
He
They
wore-
probably had bugs on them.
He wore a silly suit, so let's just go there.
Unavoidable Bible verse, and Brad doesn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
And there were like 7.
There were like 7.
So, good job.
Groom cries while saying vows.
Yup.
Yup. Dude, we got a fuck ton of these. Cleavage or no cleavage?
She had cleavage.
Cleavage.
It was a great dress. It looked fantastic on her.
Breaks glass and screams Mazel Tov. Did not happen.
We all knew that was not going to happen.
Bride or groom spills food on their clothes. Didn't happen. Best man talks about penis in the vagina. Oh my God, we wrote that.
But he didn't talk about it.
Best dad.
The dad did.
And then someone says, praise Jesus.
No one said praise Jesus.
God damn it. Okay, so we got 4 in a row this way and 4 in a row this way. And okay, we got 2 bingos.
You're like playing bingo / Connect 4. This doesn't make sense, but
Anyway,
okay.
we got a fuck ton of them.
We predicted that wedding.
We predicted best man or dad has inappropriate speech. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Good job, Amanda.
I know.
It was me, but good job,
It was
Amanda.
me. I made a lot of
That's
the good
fucking
ones.
beautiful. Wow.
How did you like the wedding, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny, what was your review?
Brad
of it?
talks too much. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
So, I mean, when it really comes down to it, I very predictable. That's just the easiest way to say it. I mean, obviously, I didn't realize there was anyone that was going to wear, basically the Top Gun sheets to the wedding. But I don't know. Like that's probably the most unpredictable thing that happened. Everything else is pretty much exactly what I expected. And I definitely did not expect the bride's father to make, sexual jokes in his speech. Because, wow, that's a hot fucking take. Talk about a hot pot of coffee. Jeez.
Hot pot of coffee.
Dude, that was so fucking... And you know what it takes to make me uncomfortable? It takes a lot. You have to stick a broomstick up my asshole to make me uncomfortable. And I was uncomfortable.
Yep.
I mean, tennis racket up my ass. And I was that uncomfortable. Karen could see it too.
Well, Karen was uncomfortable as well.
Karen wanted a drink. Karen needed a drink immediately after
that
he said
speech.
that.
Yeah,
she looked at me. She goes, "What the fuck?" And when there's a 55-year-old woman looking at you, going,
"My mother is 65."
Well, she looks great.
I know she does.
When a 65-year-old woman looks at a 28-year-old across the table and goes, "What the fuck just happened?" You know something just happened.
You know it's bad.
Jesus Christ! How old were you when your mom had you?
How old was I when my mom had me?
Yeah.
I was 0.
Oh, sorry. How old was your mom when she had you?
She was 37.
You were so lucky you don't have Down syndrome.
I know.
Anyway. Jesus Christ. All right, guys. Oh, wow.
So tell us, Johnny, what do you take from that wedding and what are you going to bring to your wedding?
Yeah, how are you going to up that wedding, Johnny?
There was nothing about that wedding that is anything in line with Haley and my vision for ours.
Yeah.
So they had their own vision. They went a direction that is just not a direction I myself would ever go.
Yeah, it worked for them.
And but we're very different people. We fully intend on having, I think there's people that are going to be, enjoying some drinks at our wedding, for instance. And that's, something automatically that makes it
that's a big
different environment. Additionally, there's definitely going to be dancing at ours on a whole lot of it. And that's going to be...
Yes.
Can you just give her... Can you make some rules and give them to her mom before she writes a speech?
Like, do not mention sex
on
the wedding night.
Do not mention sex at our wedding night, please.
Well, there's no one that's going to be doing that. First and foremost, I think everyone that at my wedding that knows me at all and knows her at all knows we're not virgins. So that's definitely not.
Brad did not know that.
I didn't know that. You've had sex? Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Luke P. Or no, Hannah. And Jesus still loves me. You don't watch Bachelorette, but anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that joke doesn't get made when everyone's fully aware that you're not a virgin.
And it's fine. You can't marry someone. This is my biggest fear, right? You marry someone and then the sex is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thought.
That's a terrifying thought. And also, do you believe... Okay, we had this question with one of Amanda's friends yesterday, and I completely support her decision, but I want to know from your end. Are you going to live with Haley? Before you get married? Okay.
We do right now.
Okay, so one of Amanda's friends isn't living with her boyfriend, before they even get married. And for me, I understand... It's hard, because, what if you can't live together? What if you live together once you're married and you can't, you're just too different. You can't know that until you live with someone.
Yeah, I see that.
It's true, but a lot of people do that where they don't until they get married.
Yeah, and then they're in horrible situations where they don't believe in divorce because they're super religious, and then they're stuck and They kill themselves. I just went real
That
dark with
does
that.
not happen. Wow. I mean, I'm sure it happened.
Hopefully you've spent enough time like on weekends together and stuff like that you kind of know what you're I see what you mean though, Brad. Like there's no way of knowing for sure.
I think it's a little different when you live with someone, right? Because
Yeah,
like
I
you're
agree.
sharing a space with them, and like they're not just coming over to your house. You're not coming over to their house. You have to deal with all their shit and all the stuff they bring over from their place that they still have to throw out because it's
Oh,
everywhere. Oh,
my
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. I just blacked out. What happened?
Get over it.
Anyway, you have to deal with her dog, and her dog wants to go out all the time, and you just Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, your wedding's gonna be sick. Have you guys thought of a date or anything?
Yeah, we're pretty sure it's going to be end of June next year. So
Dope.
Destination?
No.
Destination
NorCal.
California, yeah.
Destination, Northern
Is it
California.
a destination wedding? Yeah, it's going to be in a destination. You can find it on a map. It is a destination. Northern Cal, you said probably out like at a winery or something?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. You should find a winery that has the alcohol that you really want to serve there, and they'll probably give you a deal on the alcohol.
That's usually
Yeah,
how
we're
that
gonna
works.
try to do something like that for sure.
Yeah, and it'll be all fancy and shit, and I'll wear a bow tie.
You're going to wear a bow tie?
No. Well, for the next wedding,
Bradley, you don't even know if you're invited.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, what's the next
But
one?
he is. Yeah, Brad Silver, right on the guest list. Boom.
Ooh, you got on the guest
You can
list.
just put Amanda +1.
You dick.
No, I'm just no. Well, that way he doesn't have to. It costs money to send out invitations.
Well, they're not going to send two separate invitations. We're both going to be on the invitation.
Don't you guys live together?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to cost you more money. So, oh God. So, what's the next wedding we're all going to together?
Megan Smith's
Megan
wedding.
Smith.
Okay, as I already talked. So, I got this idea from you because you didn't wear a tie, and I liked it. So, I think for this wedding, I'm going to wear my blue suit, but underneath my blue suit, I'm going to wear a black turtleneck.
Okay, we're going to be in the Napa Valley. It's not going to be cold.
Yeah, Amanda, do you realize a suit and a tie is fucking hot as well? You know how hot I was?
You're going to wear a turtleneck. That's hot.
Yeah, but I'll look like Steve Jobs, and I'll have my iPhone out, and I'll be like,
Oh my God. Johnny, talk some sense into this man.
Johnny, we should
Well, I
match.
mean-
Let's match.
Well, when it comes down to it, I mean, I was entirely planning on wearing a bow tie myself, and then at the last minute, Haley kind of talked me out of it. So that's the only
Haley,
reason
what
for
the
that.
fuck? I mean, if anyone knows fashion, it's her, so I guess I'll take her advice. I mean, if Haley says not to wear something because it won't look good, I'd listen to her.
Her reasoning was that she thought it would be better to like kind of just dress down for this one because she didn't think it was going to be too formal. And I'd say that ended up being a pretty good call.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I was the most dressed of everyone.
You were pretty well dressed, yes.
I had a full suit and tie on. The only person who was dressed more was that one kid who had a 3-piece James Bond suit on.
Oh,
was
one
that
of the
Jake?
the Newtons.
Yeah.
And his brother had like khakis on and like a button-down short-sleeve shirt, and his brother was in a 3-piece 007 suit. I was like, you two couldn't be more different. Jesus. And the one thing that confused me was Cody's brother. I thought he was 16, but Amanda's like, no, he's like 22. He's like in PT school.
No, he's orthotics.
Orthotics.
Yeah.
He looks young as
Well,
fuck.
Cody looked young forever too until he finally was able to grow in his beard last year.
God, Cody's beard is fucking
Well, I mean, he
gorgeous.
still can't really grow it in. It's pretty patchy.
Yeah, that
Is
beard
it?
has taken him a long
I
time.
thought it looked pretty good. Maybe I just don't know him.
That's
so.
the best it's ever looked. Because remember when it was just all puby and like patchy
Yeah.
and just horrible?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just last year.
Yeah, he's going to come back from getting laid and it's fucking Leonidas length.
His beard's just like,
It's just super thick and
he's
like
a man now.
he comes back, he's fucking jacked. And he's just like, I had sex. And you're like, Jesus. Wow.
Whole new person.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
And
Nah.
all of a sudden you hear the do the Harlem Shake.
It's
Yeah.
a good video. Good video.
Yeah, he's like just a totally different person. You guys don't even recognize him.
Nah. He's always the same.
What time is it? Oh, fuck. We have to go to dinner. Oh, shit. Oh, God. This has been quite the day. We have to go to my mom's house for dinner.
Beautiful.
I know. Johnny, thank you so much for coming on today. We had a fantastic
course.
episode. We love you. We got to have you on more. It's been like 20, 30
You need
episodes.
to come visit again.
I know.
And
but
we'll come visit you.
There's a high probability of that happening sometime in the near future. Just got to figure out when.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
and we'll see him in like a month and a half.
I guess this is true.
Or like 2 months.
Yes.
We gotta get flights.
We do, yes.
Shit. We gotta buy our flights and find somewhere to stay.
We can stay with my aunt. Okay, let's not talk about this right now. We are on the air.
Shit, I forgot. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Hot Pot of Coffee podcast. Please share, like, and subscribe if you can. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. But until next week, we love you. Peace.
Bye.